How can I get amazing before and after photos of my work as a home organizer so that I can wow prospective clients, wow my leads, get more people into my pipeline, and get people on the phone to book more consultations as a pro organizer? Let's talk a little bit about capturing amazing before and after photos. Hey there, I'm Melisa Meral, creator of Pro Organizer Bootcamp, and today I want to chat with you about capturing awesome photos as a pro organizer so that you can start building your portfolio and keep wowing your clients and your customers. So let's dive right in. My number one tip for capturing awesome photos is going to be to don't forget to take photos. I think as organizers, we get so gung-ho and so excited when we walk into a messy room. It reminds me of that meme slash GIF slash GIF, whatever you say. Pop it in the comment below how you pronounce that. But there's a little one with Marie Kondo, and she goes, "I love mess." And it's from that Tidying Up with Marie Kondo show. So we love mess, right? We love walking into a room and getting so excited and imagining the possibilities of how we can transform the space within that session, within that time period, that sometimes we forget to take before photos. After photos are always great because it's, more of a beautiful, aesthetically pleasing space, but they're nothing without the before, right? Like they have to go hand in hand. You have to actually see that transformation, that wow moment, right? That ooh, ah, wow moment. And so number one is do not forget to take photos. Number two, try to use the same angle. So when you go into a space, I will take my iPhone and I will walk to this wall, and then I will turn 90 degrees. I will walk to this wall. I will turn another 90 degrees, walk to that wall, and then turn another 90 degrees and walk to that wall. If it's a room, like say it's a whole room, like a pantry, or sorry, not a pantry, a craft room or a play room or a kid's room or a master bedroom or a bathroom or whatever, right? Now, if it's more of just like one space, like say you're doing a pantry, then you're probably going to want to do like two pivots, maybe a corner angle. If it's a laundry room and you're kind of in a more cramped space, you got to get creative on your angles that you choose, but basically try to pick the exact same angle so that it is a clear cut depiction of I was standing right here and then I was standing right here 4 hours later when the job was done. So try to keep the same angle because that's really going to help with the consistency in your content when people can actually see, oh, she was right there and then she was right there, and look at that transformation. It's the exact same spot. It's kind of like weight loss photos when you see these big, giant weight loss journeys that people have lost 80 pounds, 100 pounds, 200 pounds, right? Or maybe even more. And typically they're wearing the exact same thing. It's if it's a female, it's her in her sports bra with her same black leggings, right? And you want to see what that same sports bra and those same black leggings look like 6 months later or a year later or whatever the transformation journey looked like. So keeping that consistency, that same angle of the room that you're shooting in can be a great idea for you to get more content. So that's number two, is get the same angle. Number three, brightening is going to be your best friend. So I have an iPhone. You can also do this on an Android phone, Samsung, Google phone, all the things. But in your Photos app, just native to your phone, the app that's already included in there should have a way to brighten the photos. I always turn that exposure pretty much all the way up. You want it to look light, bright, airy. You don't want a dark, dingy room to show up on your website or on your Instagram feed, right? So brightening is your best friend. I don't use a ton of editing software. I don't have any fancy other apps on my phone for editing photos. I literally just use that brightening thing. Sometimes I'll use a filter like Vivid. If you're in an iPhone, there's a Vivid one that makes it kind of pop more color-wise. But for those reasons, I'm pretty simple with it. So number one, don't forget to take photos. Number two, capture the same angle. Number three, brightening is going to be your best friend. Number four, on that same note, is when you're posting on Instagram or on Facebook, specifically Instagram because your feed looks a certain way. which that's a whole video for another day. Some people don't even look at the feeds anymore, and they're trying to be a lot more like TikTok. Anyway, Instagram's a whole other thing right now, but on the Instagram feed, I always recommend putting the after photo as the first photo in that carousel. So you have your after photo, before photo, after photo, before photo, after photo, before photo. Maybe you have like 6 pictures, 4 pictures. Typically, you don't want to just do like 2 pictures. You want to show like a full transformation. And so you're going to want to put that after picture first, because if you put a bunch of messy before pictures all over your Instagram feed, your page is literally going to look messy. It's literally going to look like a hot mess. And what you want people to see is the transformation. But you're going to do this a little bit backwards because of Instagram, the way that it looks and how it is an aesthetically pleasing platform where you do want your feed to look somewhat pretty, right? Somewhat good. Then you're going to want to do the after photo first, and then the subsequent, messier photos after that. So hopefully that makes sense. Again, brightening is going to be your best friend. The other thing that I've done in my own business, if I had like a job that wasn't the prettiest, maybe it was in like an older home or a home of somebody that didn't have like super nice furnishings, or it was, not necessarily my best work. Like maybe it wasn't a huge transformation because we mostly spent time on paperwork and opening mail or whatever it is for you. What you can do is in Canva, you guys know I love a good Canva, and I'm going to pop my referral link in the show notes below, as well as in the pinned comment below, if you want to check out the pro version, because you can do a ton more in Canva Pro than you can do with just Canva regular. Is you can create a little Instagram post. So Canva has size dimensions that you can pick. You can pick Instagram post, and then you can go through, if you're a pro member, and see all of their templates for Instagram posts that are just text-based. You don't have to have photos in them. And you can put a really cool thing that says before and after, or see the transformation, or watch it transform before your eyes, or see the decluttering magic in action, whatever. I'm just pulling these out of my butt here. And add your logo to it, add your, if you want to add like your phone number to it or your website or whatever to it, you can add that all in Canva. That could be the first photo on your Instagram feed, and then everything after that could also come down the pipeline as photos. So number 1, don't forget to take photos. Number 2, make sure you're doing the same angle. Number 3, brightening is going to be your best friend. Number 4, when you're posting on things like Instagram and Facebook, you want to make sure that you do those after photos first, and or a Canva graphic. And let's see, number 5 is extra credit. You're going to want to do a video for Reels or for TikTok videos. So if you can snap, just again, using the same angle and using that brightening function after you've taken the video, if you can use the video function in your phone and just do a quick sweep of the room, those turn into really cool Reels and TikTok videos that literally take 10 seconds, 15 seconds to shoot right before you start the job, and then right when you're done with the job. So that is extra credit. If you want to do video, you can turn that into a really cool Reel or TikTok video later down the road when you get ready to post to your social media, or even when you get ready to post to your Google My Business page, your website, your Pinterest, your Facebook, all of your other things. Number 6 is leave extra time at the end, because your client isn't necessarily paying you for that time. So I try to be a little bit more discreet when I'm taking photos. It's not that the client doesn't know that I'm taking photos. We're going to get to that last point here in a second, but leaving extra time at the end so that the client isn't paying you for that time. So say that your session is from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. and you work in those 4-hour sessions, which here at Let's Get You Organized, that has always been my sweet spot. At 2:05, 2:10, 2:15, that's when I'm getting my angles. That's when I'm doing my after video for TikTok or for Reels. That's when I am taking the time to go back and make sure I'm getting those exact same angles. So always look back at your photos that you took at the start of the session and try to get, again, that exact same angle of the room. So take that little extra time, take maybe 3 to 5 minutes at the end of the session. I would just make sure it's not part of the actual paid part of the session. That's just what I've done in my own business, just more as a courtesy than anything, because at the end of the day, it's helping me and it's helping build my portfolio and it's helping other clients find me. And it's not necessarily part of what I'm doing for that client. So Hopefully that makes sense, but that's number 6, is leaving extra time at the end. And then last and final point here on before and after photos. This is more of a word to the wise. This is not legal advice, but you can always check out my legal live that I did with my favorite attorney. I'm going to put that video up in the card up above here that you can watch after you're done with this one. Always have a photo release or a social media waiver in your contract. So when you have a client contract, when you even book that session for the first time, when you get their deposit, you schedule it on their calendar, you confirm it, you do all the things. Hopefully you have a contract. If you don't have a contract, definitely watch that legal live video that I did with an attorney. Again, I put it in the card up above so you can watch this afterwards. But if you have a contract and it doesn't have any sort of photo release form or social media waiver in it, that is something that I encourage you to look into adding. Work with your local attorney, work with your local SCORE chapter, work with whoever is on your side legally to get that put into place, because you also want to make sure that it's okay with the client, that they know, just verbally asking them, hey, can I snap a few photos before we start? And then, hey, can I snap a few photos of the after? Oh my gosh, I'll send you these afterwards. I'll text them to you when I get home and I do some editing. You're going to love it. And you can show all your friends and family, right? I always share it with the client too, just because it helps them, get more of those happy feel goods and really see that transformation and look back and remember on what it looked like before I came and kind of prove more value there as the business owner. But beyond that, if you ever are going to be using these on social media, you want to make sure that they have waived, any rights to the photos, anything that's in the photos. It's their property, it's their home, it's their things. You want to make sure that everything is groovy with you being able to own the photos and take the photos and share the photos. So not every single client is ever going to be okay with you taking photos, and that is just something that comes with the territory. But I always ask verbally, even though it's also in my contract that they already signed. So just as like a courtesy reminder, again, it's their home, it's their things, it's their sacred space, it's their nest, it's their sanctuary. You want to make sure that you're honoring them and respecting them as number one priority, as it's your client and it's your business and it's your reputation. So those are my 7 tips for taking amazing before and after photos and building your brand, building your portfolio as a pro organizer. If you have any questions or you want to check out any of my past social media posts on stuff like this, you can add me as a friend on Facebook. I'm at Melisa Meral, or you can check out my Instagram at Pro Organizer Bootcamp, or also my organizing Instagram at Let's Get You Organized OKC. Thanks so much. Be sure to like and subscribe to keep this channel going, and I'll see you soon for the next video.